You touched upon school funding, and that's a big challenge. We hear about it every day, again, because of this declining enrollment. I'd like to hear from you. Would you consider changing the funding model so that it doesn't really matter where you go, right? If you're a child in East San Jose, like my kids, versus a child in Beverly Hills, how could we develop a model where everyone has the equal opportunity to receive a great education?
I think the first thing we have to acknowledge is that we have the most amount of instability in how we fund everything in our state budget, including education. And even now, we're dealing with a $12 billion deficit, and it is a huge threat to how we fund education, health and human services, public safety, police and fire services. And California has grappled with this for decades, and we have to come up with, and the same is true if you look at our institutions of higher education. Our CSUs, our UCs, and our community colleges are starving for more funding, but yet they're being asked to make a cut across the board. We're not going to be able to prepare the next generation of researchers and faculty, let alone deal with the students who are in our colleges who are homeless and hungry, unless we come up with a way to have permanent revenue to support higher education, K-12 education, healthcare needs in our state. And so we need to move to a place where we have less instability. It's hard to imagine. During the pandemic, because we get most of our funding from income taxes, during the pandemic, we saw these surpluses of revenue. Believe it or not, lots of people made a lot of money during the pandemic, and now we've lost that. And so we have to have permanent revenue and to address the instability that exists in how we fund education. And I believe that's how you ensure every student is getting a quality education regardless of their zip code. I know that we can do this because we're doing it in the arts. Ours is the only state in the nation that provides $1 billion a year, every single year, for arts and music education. It used to be that only if you lived in a certain neighborhood you could get that, but now we've said every student will. The same is true. We provide universal meals, 2 meals a day for every single hungry student, regardless of your background, your neighborhood, your zip code. We should never let these issues be the reason that stand in front of a student's success. And I'm proud to have sponsored the legislation to establish the universal meals. We're guaranteeing preschool for every single 4-year-old in this state for free, led by a qualified teacher. We call it transitional kindergarten. California is poised to grow in so many ways in what we do in our schools, but we still have many, many inequities that we must address. And I'm saying that they're tied to how we fund everything in our state budget. But there are things that we can do to equalize that opportunity to ensure every student is receiving a high quality education.
Thank you.